There we go. Hi,
Hi.
everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. This is part of our series with the Mentor Connect program for women in aviation. We started this program back in June, so we haven't quite been doing it for a year. I've invited all of our existing mentors to join us this morning so we could kind of share best practices, experiences. We've got two folks from Guider here. Lauren and Lucy are joining from London. They work for Guider, the platform on which the Mentor Connect platform works. And so if we have the need or ability or anybody wants to ask any questions, technical questions, things of that nature, they're here. And if they don't have the answers, I'm sure they know who to ask. So without further ado, I just saw Elizabeth Resch join. Elizabeth's with Atlas, and I know one of our active mentors. So we're going to talk about the Mentor Connect program a little bit. We're going to talk about some of the materials and guidance that is available right on the platform. We're going to have a minute to talk to each other about best practices, questions, challenges you might be having, and uh, I would like to know, as before we kind of get started, in the chat, if you could please let us know who's already involved in the Mentor Connect program, who already has mentors, if you're just kind of checking it out and maybe don't have mentees yet, let us know that so we can kind of understand who's here. Oh, Fred's already got two mentees. Super cool. Deanna's got two mentees. That's amazing. Raquel's got two. So I think we capped it at two also. Britta's checking it out to mentor. This is great. Oh man, Elizabeth's got four. Go on, girl. And yes, you can both be a mentor and get a mentor. So for sure, we're never done learning, and you can share your experiences and help others, and at the same time get a mentor to help you navigate your career, your life, your combination of the two. So lots of good things. So somebody is logged on as iPad 83. Can you tell us your name, please? Because I like to deal with humans. That would be super cool. You just commented, I'm now just exploring and would like to be more involved as a mentor.
That's me, Marcella.
Oh,
Sorry.
hi, Marcella. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, cool.
No, that's okay. I didn't realize it was logged on that way. Marcella White with Tavero Jet Charter.
Awesome. Awesome. So wonderful. Lauren, if you could pop forward just a bit. So as of this morning, we've got 646 users. They're all WAI members. They're current members. So we know who's on both sides of the equation, right? There's not some random troll person that's just trying to make contact. So we have a good sense of confidence in our people who are involved on both sides of the equation. We've got 137 active mentors, and that compares to 399. We might as well call it 400 mentees who are actively in the program, have pairing already in 376 relationships. Together, you guys have all shared 472 goals, and you've gone to work on a lot of good things. So those goals are represented in this chart, and the list goes on and on and on. I just chose to focus on kind of the top tier of those goals, and by far, people are most interested in. If you could pop back, Lauren, for me, in career development and networking, career milestone, personal development, public speaking. Those are the biggest. That's probably 85-90% of people. The goals that they've shared are in those top five or six items. But the list goes way down. There's lots and lots of things that people indicate that they're interested in. Um, Lauren, if you could jump forward for me, thank you. We also track both the skills offered. So when you guys fill out uh, your profile, you indicate which skills you feel strong enough in to be able to provide mentorship. And then when the mentees fill out their profile as a mentee, they can also indicate what skills they're looking to build. And so then the system, the guider system, can put you together based on those items. And we've got a really wonderful high match rate. I would love to have more mentors. So as current mentors, you guys look around in your professional circles, your personal circles, and I'm going to issue a challenge this morning to each of you to reach out and tag somebody else who is a WAI member or who wants to be or should be a WAI member, but who would make a great mentor, and challenge them to get involved. And we can always use more mentors. And it's on a variety of things, right? We're all in aviation in one way, shape, or form. We are not all pilots. We are not all engineers. We are not all schedulers or dispatchers. We represent a really broad array of professions in the aviation industry. But we've all got a really unique take on several of these challenges. And so we have a lot to offer. It's interesting to me that the top 3 or 4 things really mesh really nicely in terms of what we offer and what people are looking for in terms of skills: career direction, confidence, leadership, networking. Those are our common, the biggest chunk of things we're looking to build and help people build. So we're well aligned as a group. Go ahead, Lauren. Thanks. So I'm going to turn it over to Lauren now. She's going to take it from here. I wonder if you could share, those of you who are also already mentors, if you could share in the chat what your best piece of advice would be to other mentors, or best piece of advice that you've received from other mentors that would get us started on the connection here and in the conversation.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Molly. Yeah, as Molly said, we'd love for you to share either bits of advice that you've given or that you've received. Try and make it engaging rather than Molly and I talking at you for half an hour, 40 minutes. But yeah, thanks for all being here. Appreciate your time. Just to introduce myself, I'm at Guider, so I'm head of customer success. Lucy on the call is customer success manager in the team, and we work really closely with customers to launch these programs, this being one of them, obviously. So just thinking about sharing advice that you've been given or that you've received, I will go first. I don't know if anyone's written in the chat yet because I can't see it because I'm sharing my screen, but good bit of advice that I received was that the best things happen out of your comfort zone, which I really liked. I think it just goes back to the idea that when you're uncomfortable in a situation, actually that's where growth can happen a lot of the time and development. And I think it really relates to mentoring. If it's your first time being a mentor, I know some of you are already on the program, which is great. But yeah, just giving yourself that bit of discomfort and maybe asking challenging questions to your mentee as well helps with growth and development. Dare I ask if anybody has shared anything in the chat?
Which is unusual for this group. This is not a shy group.
Well, we will. I actually,
here we go.
The number's gone up, so I can't read what it says.
Yep. Brad has just indicated that his advice is to make connections. You will run across a problem or issue in work or life and guarantee that there's somebody else who has experienced that. That's 100% true. None of us are terminally unique.
Very true. I think remembering that you're human and that any kind of any struggles that you've had at work, there will be somebody that's had the same ones, and letting yourself be open to receiving that from other people is really good. And mentoring is all about connection, isn't it? Life is all about.
And I've also found that our Women in Aviation group, is especially interested in, we're all in various places on the ladder of life or the ladder of our career, and we are all interested in, every single one of us we're interested in reaching out and grabbing a hand and helping someone as we all move forward together.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth says you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's 100% true. So half of 80% of life is showing up, and that's both on the mentor and mentee side. And thank you, Deanna, for saying you've got to keep each other accountable for keeping the relationship going, right? It's going to be what you make it. So you've got to make sure that you schedule the meetings, keep the meetings. And it can be any kind of meeting. It can be on Zoom like this. It can be a phone call. It can be a check-in. It can be a lunchtime cup of coffee together, virtually or in real life.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, that's a really important one, isn't it? Because I think it's like Brad said about the connection piece. Connection's all about keeping that alive and making sure that it's consistency as well, isn't it, in mentoring, making sure that you've got that time set aside and you show up each time.
Yep. Raquel's jumped in with mentoring is not about imposing your own ideas or solutions, but rather guiding and empowering your mentee to discover their own path to success. Bravo, Raquel. Well done. It's like you've read ahead.
Yeah, I feel like we need to write that one down as a good quote.
Yep. We're one of the things that Lauren's going to do today is show you places on the Mentor Connect platform that will help you do all of these things. So one of the reasons when WAI vamped our Mentor Connect program, which was started many, many, many years ago, we reached out to all the technology options that we had and did a really deep dive on what was available to us to help bring a Mentor Connect program that was powerful to our membership. And the first time we looked at Guider, we went, ooh, that's real sparkly. We want that. And then the price tag went, ooh, we can't afford that. But the depth of the tool was really, really powerful. And we just couldn't talk ourselves into not being able to afford it. And so one of the things that we really were enamored of was the tools that Guider provides to both the mentors and the mentees. And so I'm going to stop talking and let her get into that. But it really, Guider is the most powerful platform that we could find out there for the members. And it's one of the top 3 reasons people join Women in Aviation is for the mentorship capabilities and opportunities. So Lauren, I'm going to let you dive in.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Yeah, I will first share some bits of sort of mentoring advice that we've got. A lot of this will be available on the platform itself in our what we call our learning hub, which I'll take you through when I show you the platform. But just to start by talking a bit about what is mentoring, and I'm sure that we've all got our own ideas about what mentoring is, what it isn't, what it should be, how we can do it better. But there are some kind of myths around mentoring that we often have, and we often find that they're very similar. One of them is that mentoring only benefits the mentee, so that the mentor is only there to help the mentee. And actually, we find that mentoring relationships are so beneficial to both parties. As a mentor, teaching, guiding somebody, as was said earlier, that can be really, really powerful. And actually, you can learn different skills like active listening, how to be a better manager, how to be a better leader, like all of these things. So it's really beneficial to both parties. Mentors and mentees should be similar is another one. So we often have people say, oh, should it be somebody, should the person that I'm mentoring, should that person be in a similar role to me? Should they be, the same gender, the same, wanting the same things? Not necessarily. Some of the best connections we've found and the most powerful mentoring relationships have been with people that aren't maybe on paper what you would think that it's going to be your greatest kind of connection chemistry wise, and they've worked really, really well. So I think it's just a reminder to be open to mentoring whoever it is that you end up mentoring. And then in terms of mentors that we've spoken to that have come to us at Guider and said, this is, this tool has been great, the mentoring platforms worked really well. This first one, being a mentor has been a fantastic learning opportunity and allowed me to gain a newfound confidence too. It's been fantastic to mentor others who I wouldn't normally work directly with across the business. And I leave sessions feeling energized and fulfilled. Like, that's how we all want to feel at work, right? And I think if you can do this and you're helping somebody and you're feeling energized and fulfilled, I mean, it's a win-win, isn't it? And the next one, it has been great to be able to share experiences on what worked well for me and not so well in the areas my mentee was interested in developing. It also encouraged me to reflect on my own skill sets and development areas. So the mentoring has been mutually beneficial. So I think the interesting thing is with these, whenever we get feedback from mentors, it's often not that they have just really enjoyed teaching somebody, it's actually that they've got something from it. So hopefully those of you who already have a mentoring program running, you're already doing this, you are finding that you are gaining from it as well as your mentee. And in terms of best practice, there's lots more of this in the Learning Hub, as Molly mentioned, which I'll show you in a second. But just a kind of few pointers, a few top things that we say, really, really important with a good mentoring relationship. Trust, of course, is a hugely important one. You're, as a mentee, you want to feel that what you're telling your mentor is it's in confidence. It's not going to be shared. It's a safe space that you can share feelings with, share emotions with, without judgment as well. So you can have that open dialogue with your mentor. As a mentor, I think it's very easy to switch into you doing the most of the talking because you feel like, you're likely to be more senior at the company. You've got more experience than the person you're mentoring. So quite an easy thing to go into is talking more than the mentee does. But actually, as was said earlier, you're there as a guide to actually facilitate their learning more than teach them. It's not coaching. Mentoring is slightly different. So it's so important to listen, make sure that you are actively listening as well and really hearing what they're saying. Growth-wise, obviously, mentoring is all about growth and development for both parties. So do provide feedback and do challenge them. Don't be scared to ask difficult questions for your mentee. That's how people learn. I go back to what I said earlier about being put out of your comfort zone, and that's where the development and growth happens. And I do believe that. So do ask thought-provoking questions and challenge them when you feel like, you can, and that's what they might need. And a really important one is to take action. So this just little things like celebrating successes. If that person has been nervous about, say, a client meeting that they've got that week and they've nailed that client meeting and they've come out of it really positive, really confident, and you've helped with that, don't forget to celebrate that. It's really important. Helps motivate people along the way and they want to continue with it. And use your connections to connect your mentee with people that they might, be useful to get to know. So, say if you know somebody at the company who is having the same kind of issues, maybe that your mentee is having, something that you haven't experienced yourself, but somebody that has, use that as an introduction, recommend people, share resources with them. Some of those resources we do support with at Guider as well, which I'll show you in a little bit. And then this is the mentoring hub, which I will go into live in the platform. But this is what Molly talked about earlier, and it's where we've got really, really great content where you can dive in, and we do encourage you to spend some time here and share any of this with your mentee as well, and make sure that they know where they can access this. And then to talk through the mentoring life cycle, this is kind of what it looks like at Women in Aviation at the moment. So once you've registered, and you're going to be at different stages of this life cycle yourself. But once you've registered, you go and create your profile. And in this instance, it's becoming a mentor. You then wait for your match. So you will then have a mentee that finds your profile that says, yeah, you know, we think you'll be perfect together, and you will match based on skills that you've picked and that they match in the platform itself. So that's the kind of the matching algorithm that we've set, and that's how it works. You then set goals. You can set goals as a mentor and a mentee. And I think that's really important. So as a mentor, don't forget to set your own goals. They'll just be slightly different to the mentee, but it's as important that you are setting those in the sessions as well. And then you're going to book your first session with your mentee. We do suggest you have a 30-minute kind of what we call like a chemistry meet to just see that you're going to be aligned, that you feel like, I'd say be as open as you can to this. But you want to feel like you're aligned. You want the same things out of the relationship, the mentoring journey. And don't be scared to conclude a relationship if you don't feel like it's right. You can do this and your mentee can do it. And don't be offended if your mentee does it. Sometimes it's just that the connection is going to be better with someone else. So moving into, I'm just going to stop sharing my screen and reshare it with a different slide now. Just bear with me. Sorry, we're used to using Google Meets, so I'm trying.
While Lauren is doing that, I'm going to ask each of you to think about something. We are doing a profile in the magazine and in our communications publications on mentor-mentee pairings under the Mentor Connect program. So if you have a mentee that you guys have been working with that you'd like to have profiled, I would love to hear about that. So hit me on the chat and let me know to reach out to you, that we'd love to include you in the profile.
Definitely. Yeah. Thanks, Molly. Can you all see my screen? You see the right slide? Excellent. So yeah, so some of you might have seen this before, some of you may not. I'm going to sort of err on the side of maybe not seen it or not used it for a while. So what we've got here is the main landing page. So before you've registered, you will come to this page. We've got a little bit of information about, you know, what this mentoring program entails. If you just go down, we kind of share some things like quotes, so you can get a feel of how people are actually using it. A bit more information about what is mentoring. So this is just generally, so, you know, mentoring is a collective two-way experience, it says. So just a bit more information about, you know, what mentoring is, along with what's expected of me, just so that you know that when you go into the program, your kind of expectations are set and you know what you might get out of it, essentially. And then we've got a little bit more information about how it works here. So kind of step by step, just in case you needed a bit of a guide. We do think the platform is very intuitive, so hopefully you won't necessarily need to use this. But we do have frequently asked questions down at the bottom here. So what I'm going to do is, so what you'd need to do is, if you haven't registered, you'd need to just click this register button. I'm going to log in at the top here. I logged in earlier today, so I should be able to log in quite quickly. So here I am. So here is the dashboard. So this is when you log in, you're going to come to this. This is your main dashboard. If you are connected to a program, you're logged in, you've already joined one, it will be here. I haven't joined one yet, so my checklist here is 0% because I haven't completed anything yet. It's a nice way also to just track your progress as well. So it's almost like a progress wheel. So you can see, you know, what it looks like once you've joined a program, get a little tick there. Once you've found your match, you've scheduled your session, you've attended your first session, and then so on and so forth. And then down here, it will show you the programs that you've joined. We've got lots of links to our Learning Hub. So this is really invaluable information. So I'm going to just go into the actual whole Learning Hub now and just show you what that looks like. So up here, you've got your top tabs at the top, just in the learning bit here. We've got so much content that we would say definitely spend some time going in here and really have a look at kind of what we've shared, and share it with your mentee as well. Don't just like keep it to yourself. For instance, like we've got templates that you can download and you can share them with your mentee. So reflecting on mentoring, really nice template here. So it's a bit of a self-reflection exercise. So this might be something that you want to have a look at maybe midway through your mentoring journey and then at the end and kind of see what the difference is. We've got questions for mentors and different questions for mentees. And then if you go down, there's a really nice joint reflection exercise. So you can do this. It would be a really nice like roundup of your kind of mentoring experience. And it's all here to guide you. So, you know, you don't need to be experts in mentoring. We are the experts, and we're here to help you facilitate that essentially. And then if I go down and I'll just show you this one as well. This is a really nice one, asking effective questions. There's lots of different types of questions that you can ask. You'll know lots of these open-ended questions. You've got closed questions, hypothetical, feelings. So you're really kind of digging into a bit more emotion there. You go down, it's just got lots of different examples of the types of questions you can ask. And I think this is nice also for the different types of people that you mentor. You might feel like, do you know what, this person really wants to be challenged, so I'm going to ask them some challenging questions. It might be that you're working with somebody that is really in touch with their emotions, a little bit sensitive, and actually questions around how they're feeling about things is what's going to drive that relationship forward. Also goes back what Brad, I think it was, that said about connection and how important that is. And I think really understanding and getting an idea of the different kind of mentees that you're speaking to and making sure that you're asking questions based around that can really help you build quick rapport with people. And we've got, yeah, lots of other things here. I'll just show you a little bit. I'll show you a little example of a video. So we've got these videos down here. So a nice one is like how to build trust and rapport. I'll show you just 30 seconds of it so you get a kind of an idea.
The aim of mentoring is to create a learning environment through open conversation and dialogue. This is not possible without first establishing a feeling of rapport. Rapport is the foundation on which to build trust and respect between you and your mentee. Before we go into how to build rapport, let's first look at some key definitions. Rapport can be defined as a close and harmonious relationship where the mentor and mentee understand each other's feelings, ideas, and communicate well.
Just a little taster, but yeah, feel free and please do spend some time going into here because this is really, really useful stuff. So yeah, another nice one that I really like is setting goals and sticking to them. Goals, as I said earlier, are really, really useful and really key, I think, to making sure that the mentoring journey is a success at the end and you've got something tangible that you can measure to say, yes, this has been a success. So do read through these and feel free to pick anything out, use them to send your mentee an email before your session and say, you know, can you come to the session with X, Y, and Z? Use this in whichever way you need to. So that's the Learning Hub. Just going to quickly go into the program now itself. So the Mentor Connect program, we've just got this one running currently. So we've got the two options here. We've got be a mentor or find a mentor. Before I sign up as a mentor and show you how that works, I'll just take you through down here. Again, we've got a couple of nice quotes, women in aviation members that have used the program and really, really enjoyed it. A bit more information about what is mentoring and what's expected of me again here. And the benefits of mentoring, which is really interesting because, again, going back to the fact that it's not just beneficial for the mentee, but also for the mentor. You know, you can make a positive impact. You can share your knowledge and skills, develop your network. I'd say there are tons more here. You can build your confidence. You can become a better active listener. You can improve your management skills, your leadership skills, so on and so forth. I think, it's vast. I think the benefits that you can get as a mentor here. And we've just got the FAQs down at the bottom there as well. So I'm going to go into be a mentor and just show you how this works. Some of you may have done this already. If not, it's very straightforward, I think. So first of all, there's what you can help with. You've got to select at least 5 options here. And this is predominantly what you're going to be matched on with your mentee. Your mentee will have the option to have a look at your profile. They'll see the skills that you've set, and they'll see your bio and your current role. And based on those things, they'll choose you. So just for ease, I'm just going to pick the first 5, but there's plenty here. So, you know, go down and spend your time really having a think about what you could really bring to the table, because that's the key element of our matching algorithm is the skills. With a bio section, you're just going to want to write in here a bit about yourself. So, you know, I think the more information you can give, the better. You know, that's kind of career stuff. You could also say, I also enjoy singing and music and cooking or whatever it is. So you could even go as far as kind of a bit more personal things, just to help build that rapport and find somebody that is a great match for you. And then what is your role? I'm going to choose to be an astronaut today, so I'm going to choose that one and continue. So here I am a mentor. So you can look at your profile. This is what your profile is going to look like. I would also say you can go back and edit your profile. So don't feel like, oh, I haven't put enough information in. You can go back and edit it. So you've got that option. So I'm going to publish mine. When you publish yours, you will get your profile's now live. You've got some nice confetti, and then you can either go back to view programs, which is when you're just waiting for your mentee to find you, or you can explore the Learning Hub, which we went through earlier. So, and now as you can see, my checklist is 25% complete. And once somebody has chosen to match with me, I will then have found my match. And then what that will look like is in the relationships element, no relationships yet, but as soon as somebody's matched with me, this is where you can go in and you can book a session, you can chat with them. So there's a live kind of chat function that you can say, hi, you know, nice to connect with you, etc., etc. And another element I wanted to talk through was the goals. So another tab here, in terms of creating goals, again, I would say whether you're a mentor or a mentee, definitely create some goals. So category here might be personal development, objective, be a better listener, for instance. So what is the goal you want to achieve? I want to improve my active listening skills. Why is this goal important to you? To be a better manager and manage a larger team, which would be a step up in my career, or whatever that reason is. So this is personal to you. You've got to think about, you know, why do you want to achieve that goal? Make it as specific as you can. You know, more specific than this would be great. But yeah, so that's your goal. Once you're happy with that, you can then click create goal, and you can then share that with your mentee, and you can work alongside them on it and on their goal as well. So I think that's probably it now, Molly. I'll just say, is there anything else that you wanted to kind of mention on the program before I stop sharing?
So one thing that there was a question. Fred asked, he mentioned, and this is really cool, he let me know that he's really been deep into the program. Guider offers the ability to share calendars, and I guess WAI has that option turned off. So can you talk about that option? Is that active on Guider right now?
So we do have the ability to integrate calendars, but this is when all of the members have the same email address. So
okay, so we can't do it. Yeah.
So unfortunately, it doesn't work for membership organizations, which we do have a few of. We've got about 4 that we work with. But that would need to have all of the same email addresses, which is why we don't have it active for you at the moment, unfortunately.
Okay. Sorry, Fred. That was a good idea.
Good idea. Yeah, good question.
But I would also say that I know we've had mentors say things like, if you haven't shared contact information outside of the Guider program, then you can't reach out to your mentee. It's largely mentee driven.
Yeah.
So I would encourage you, once you make contact, once you have a mentee mentor pairing, I would encourage you to share each other's contact information so that you can make connections, so you can communicate outside of the Guider platform, outside of the Mentor Connect platform, and stay in touch.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, we do have lots of people that meet for, you know, a coffee if they're in the same area, which is absolutely fine. You do have an option on the platform to log a past session once it's happened, if you wanted to do that. But yeah, obviously the platform's there to facilitate the connection. Were there any other questions?
I've put in the chat the link to
Brilliant, thank you.
To how to join Mentor Connect. So on the WAI website, I'm gonna share my screen so that we can show that.
Sure, go for it. Raquel, you've just said you don't receive notifications. You should be receiving notifications, so we will check that.
Thank you. I actually sent an email to your support, whatever the address is, a while back, and I received an email notification saying it was fixed. But unless I log in, I don't receive notifications from mentees, and I've lost. I mean, some have disengaged just because I never received the notification by the time I logged in. It was a little bit too late.
Do you want to email me directly? That's my email address. I've just popped it in the chat.
Awesome, thank you.
Email me, and if you give me all the information you have, I will speak to our product team directly and have them look into it.
So here's the WAI website. I am logged in as myself, but you need to log in as yourself to be able to have access to lots of the WAI programs behind the screens. But if you look on this blue bar here, you come over to resources, down to Mentor Connect. You can sign in here. You can watch the kickoff video for mentors, but you would click here, and that's going to take you to the Guider platform. And because I am on Zoom, it's probably going to take a million years to do that. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So it's that simple. It's on the WAI.org website. Question for all of you is, are any of you going to conference next month, 29 days from today? One, Elizabeth Resch. Anybody else going to conference? All right, Brad, Orlando or bust. Colleen's going. Awesome. So we are actually having a Mentor Connect. Gabrielle's going to be there. We're having a Mentor Connect session on, I have to cheat and look it up, but we are having a Mentor Connect session, and I would invite all of you to come and join that. So, and we will also be at the membership booth. So come and join us. I can't put my finger on the timing, but carry on, continue to talk amongst yourselves, and I will get that time and date and location for that Mentor Connect program at conference. Does anybody have any other questions for Lauren? Even technical questions? This is a great place to do that. No questions.
Hopefully that's a good sign.
I hope so. I hope so. So there are a couple of people on this call who are not yet part of the program. Do you now know how to become part of the program? Are you able to find that? Okay, and then and contact information for your local chapter. Yes, that's a great resource. Also, another wonderful resource. Okay, so the Mentor Connect session at conference is on Thursday, March 21st at 9 a.m. So it's real early in the program. Everything's over at the Marriott World Center there. Did you know we outgrew Disney? How crazy is that? So it's not at Disney this year. And we're at a totally new location. Would love to see you all there Thursday morning, 9 a.m. at conference, and invite y'all to join in that session. It'll be sponsored by Signature, And so hopefully that means we'll actually have coffee since it's in the morning. So any more questions? I would, again, love to invite you to consider to be profiled in our communications tools. Talk to your mentees. Email me, Molly, M Martin, MMARTIN @wai.org if you would agree to be profiled in our communications, and would love to share your stories. Any thoughts? Any closing questions?
Do you mind adding your email to the chat so I can screenshot it? Because I'm at a doctor's appointment and I didn't quite grab the email address. I'm
Roger,
sorry.
it's there
Thank you.
now. So that's awesome. Oh yeah, Raquel, I also wrote yours down. Thank you for that. Thank you for volunteering.
No problem.
Elizabeth, you've got your hand raised. Is that just from the fact that you're going to be at conference, or do you have a question? Are you on the ramp doing a walk around?
No, I'm good. I'm at home trying to organize my life from getting home from being gone for 2.5 weeks. So
okay.
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, you guys have been really, really wonderful and engaged and involved, and the program wouldn't be what it is without you. Again, I'll issue the challenge to you to reach out to find reach one, find me another mentor for the program so that we can expand the offerings and the guidance to the other members of WAI, our brothers and sisters at WAI. And thank you, Lauren and Lucy, for your time. It's been a great morning, evening, afternoon, for depending on where you are in the world.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks everyone, and good luck with your mentoring journeys. I hope it goes well for everybody, and enjoy Orlando. I'm very jealous. I'll be there in spirit. Wish I was there. Yeah, and have a good rest of your week.
Thanks, everybody.
All the information. Thank you. This was very helpful.
Oh, good.